Hello everyone and a warm welcome to Inti Hayna Sessions. My name is Inti Hayna. I'm a music producer, professional violinist, and electronic music artist, and the creator of this space. Here, you will discover an array of performances by talented artists showcasing their original creations just for you. Be sure not to miss out our interviews at the end of each episode where artists share their musical journeys, life perspectives, intriguing anecdotes, and much more. It's all about building connections and uncovering the essence behind the music and their creators. So grab a comfy seat, a good snack, and without further ado, let's dive into today's episode and meet our awesome guest. Tessu is a singer-songwriter and acapella looping artist based in Nashville, Tennessee. They began their musical journey in church choirs as a young child, immediately falling in love with the incredible versatility of the human voice. Inspired by artists like Aurora and Stan Rogers, as well as traditional Christian hymns, their music layers multiple lines of harmony and vocal percussion to create a warm and inviting soundscape for the listener. Lyrically, they touch on the complexities of loneliness, ambition, and love, often highlighting the conflicting yet simultaneous emotions that arise from their daily experiences.
Hi, my name is Tessu. I'm an acapella looping artist from here in Nashville, and I've got a couple songs for you guys. This first one is called Acolyte, and it's about extreme jealousy. If you were a god, I'd be an acolyte. If you were a god, I'd be an tongue of fire. I want it. You've been divinely inspired. I want it. I'll follow you to learn what I should do. Give you my soul until I can control you too. Smile, you trust me. I seem under fire. You trust me. You'll never see the secrets that I keep. You'll be too late when I finally steal your face. Crucified, I'll do what it takes to steal your fame. I'll sell my soul, sign right next to Satan's name. I'll do what it takes to steal your fame. I'll sell my soul, sign right next to Satan's name. Thank you. So this next one that I've got for you guys is called I Die All Night, and it was written about a very short-lived relationship that went south very quickly. So I hope you enjoy.
Isn't that something normal for friends? Where does love begin? Sat in your car till 2 a.m. talking about pinball and Mrs. Robinson. Isn't that something normal for friends? Where does love begin?
Hello, everybody, and thank you for being here in Inti Hayna Sessions. We have somebody who's very special, a very, very nice musician, a friend of mine. Thank you, Tessu, for being here today.
Of course. I'm excited to be here.
That's very nice. I'm very happy for it. As in every session, we are having our interview. So we are going to start. As always, I sent her some questions. She picked 4. And we are going to have like a discussion about it. Okay, so let's start. So I'm going to start in order.
Okay.
How did your passion for music begin, and what was your first instrument?
So it's kind of a 2-part question, so I'll start with the first one. So my passion for music really, I guess, started when I was in a lot of choirs as a kid. So I just kind of fell in love with singing through that, and just learning about music in especially in the choral world, it's like, it's very much different from, I guess, the pop kind of, or pop world, whether that be like actual pop music or country or whatever. Because choral music is all about, you know, like singing in a group and being a unit. So you have to like blend and listen to all the other singers and very much like balance your sound with everybody else's to make it sound good. And so it was very fun, like, you know, working in that kind of medium. But then eventually I was like, well, I've done choir for so long, and I started writing music when I was around 12 or so. So I was just like, well, I want to be able to perform my music solo. So I guess that'll go into the next question. What was my first instrument? I mean, voice, because I was singing so much. But I did take vocal lessons off and on. But I never really got very far in like classical style training, and it kind of wasn't what I wanted to do anyway. So I stopped that, and I did take piano lessons for a little bit, off and on again, but again, never progressed very far. I can like go dink, 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 and I'm like, okay, it's good enough to like map out chords and stuff. I know a good bit of theory, but yeah, so I wouldn't say I'm proficient at any instrument except my voice, but yeah, just voice.
It's interesting when you mention the choir part, because everything makes sense once you tell that part of the story. You know, like why the looping, why so many vocals like behind you.
Yeah, all the layers and everything, and the harmonies. Yeah.
So everything like connects.
Yeah.
And clicks.
Yeah.
And that's very nice.
Thank
it's
you.
very nice to understand that background from you.
Yeah.
And where did you get all the ideas to build your musical project based on that too?
Yeah.
So that's very nice. Okay, the next one. How would you describe the evolution of your musical style from when you started until now?
So I would say there are probably like 3 phases. The first one was when I first started writing music, I was very much inspired by like Hannah Montana and like, you know, kid shows you watch on like Disney Channel or whatever. So I was very much writing like pretty pop music. But I, again, couldn't really play an instrument. So I was just making up melodies and lyrics and singing those just around the house with my parents and stuff. And then once I was like, well, I want to like fully produce these, but I didn't really have much of a... I don't know if it was me not branching out or if I really truly didn't have anybody around me who could like do music with me. Probably a little bit of both. But I was kind of struggling to fully like bring them to life with like instruments and whatnot. So I was like thinking to myself, okay, how can I do my own like tracks, like the whole track myself? So that's kind of what led me to looping. I started off using Ableton, like with a MIDI controller. And so I was like doing looping that way. But then I had a moment where I was like, I don't want to use my computer on stage because I'm scared it's going to blow up.
I understand.
So it's like very stressful for me when things don't work.
Yeah.
And if it's like on a time crunch and like, and I didn't know like all the ins and outs of like plug this into this, and it was just really stressful. And like, I was like, I'm not about the stress life when I'm trying to perform and be there worrying about a computer. So that's when I was like, okay, well, I know that there are loopers that are analog, or I guess analog art. Yeah. So that's when I got my RC1 and went from there.
I feel related to your story because for me it was something similar. Even if I'm being trained in, well, school, I did my degree in music. I didn't want to play with anybody, and I wanted to find a way to do my music and my live shows without depending on anybody else, just me by myself. And that was like a big time, like listening people and trying to figure out, like find like my niche and see like, oh, okay, maybe I belong here. Of course, it's different to you because I'm an electronic music artist, so I need my computer for when I performing the stage. But I understand the feeling.
Yeah.
Because and something that I find very interesting about you too is that for you was like a weakness not playing an instrument, but you flipped it and you made it your main thing. You know, it was like, okay, I don't play. What can I do with what I already have?
Yeah.
And you created your project.
Yeah.
So that's very brave of you, because a lot of people, they see those like obstacles and they're like, I can't do it. But no, you didn't.
Yeah.
You just continue, you moved forward, and you did this.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Very, very nice. Okay, let me see what is the next question that we have. I think so. So I'm going to read those. It's your responsibility. You told me the numbers. Okay. So what is this strangest or more strangest? Thank you.
No
or
worries.
most unexpected thing that has inspired you to write a song? Okay. I want to hear stories. I like gossip.
So when I was in college, I studied French, and I had to study abroad for that degree. So when I was studying abroad, I got an Airbnb instead of doing like the whole dorm thing. It was just more convenient. So within the first like 24 hours of being in France, I managed to short circuit my lights in the apartment. And then within like maybe the first month or so, my bike that I had purchased got stolen.
Oh my God.
And there was just like a whole series of just like, what is going on with my life, that I ended up writing this song. I'm probably never gonna release it, but it was like a comedic song about like France. I'm finally in France. But yeah, so I like chronicled all those like insane happenings in that song, and it's pretty funny.
It is. And it's nice because it's not about love.
Right.
It's just about, it's a way to communicate.
Yeah.
Something fun.
Yeah.
Funny. I don't know if it was fun at that time.
It was
but,
pretty funny, yeah.
Okay. How do you handle creative blocks, and what techniques do you use to overcome them?
So normally when I'm like blocked creatively, honestly, I just kind of walk away. I like take a break. I don't try and like force anything, because I feel like it's frustrating for me. It doesn't produce results that I like. It's just not effective for me. So I tend to just like, even if it's just like stepping away for 10 minutes or stepping away for a month, I don't really set like a time limit on it. I just kind of like, oh, I'm like, okay, I'll work on something else, or okay, I'll go watch a show, or okay, I'll do just something else, go get food. I don't know. Like, it's very much, I have to wait it out. So there's been like times when I would go months without writing anything, and then something would spark, and I'd be on like a writing like marathon. Like I'd be writing like songs, that song after song after song. So it just depends, but mostly I just walk away. I try not to get like stressed about like, oh, I'm not writing anything. I'm like, it's fine, it'll come.
That's also, I think, the good part of not being like fully in this, because having the pressure, for example, somebody who does this for a living, like writing songs,
Right.
that can be a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But having this freedom is like, okay, I do it because my heart is telling me to do it, and if not, fine.
Yeah.
I won't put pressure in my creative process.
Right. Exactly.
And that gives you a lot of freedom also
Yeah.
to create
Yeah.
what you really want to express,
Exactly.
not what you have to for external
Right.
like things.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Very nice.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to enjoy a lot. I was telling Tessu that once I have to mix all this, I know I'm going to enjoy it a lot.
Thank you.
It's a different session. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It was great. And please, well, you have some shows coming up.
Yes, I have a little featured artist set at Honey Tree Meadery on next Tuesday.
We are located in Nashville, by the way.
Yes. So I believe it's the 6th. I'm pretty sure.
I will post the dates so you can see if at the time of this video you're still on time to see her. And I will also put all her social media, so go to follow her. She's going to release music pretty soon. She's working on that. So I hope that you go and support all her music. And thank you for being here one more time, and see you the next session. Bye.